Okay, so you're here to see my most valuable records. Awesome. I have seen some of the videos out there on this topic, and I wanted to do one myself. What I've done is I have my entire collection, as you can see in the background here, logged on Discogs. So I sorted my collection on medium value, and I took the 10 records that was most valuable according to Discogs, and that's what I'm going to show you. Now, just to make stuff interesting and show more records really, I also sorted it on the highest price, just to see what happened to the top 10, and it was a game changer. So as a bonus, I'm going to show you those first. So without further ado, here we go. We'll start off in Germany. This was not on the top 10, but it would be if I sorted it on highest sold. This is Message from Brooks and Dreams, 1973, on Bacillus Records or Bellafon. A krautrock masterpiece. And they released more records than this, but this is... you can't compare this to anything else that they released. And to be fair, top 50 records ever recorded in my opinion. This is it's drony, it's evil as hell. It sounds just like the cover, and the cover is just insanely good. So the median value on this is 210 euros, and the highest this has sold for is 390 euros. So there you go. Not on the top 10 according to Discogs. Okay. The next one, Zombies, a compilation that was only issued, I think, in Sweden, but on Decca. So as you can see, it's a very quirky cover, and I think that's why it's so valuable or sought after. I don't know. They are standing in front of a handball goal, but he's holding a basketball, which is kind of strange. The photo was taken in Solnahallen near Stockholm in Sweden. Nice to have in the collection. Median value of this is 120-ish euros, but it has sold for 360. So these records that I'm showing you now, the bonus records, is in no particular order. So not in some sort of like ascending value wise. The top 10 will be. The next one, Jimi Hendrix, Axis Bola's Love. This is, in my opinion, his best record from 1967. Stereo, first UK press on track. Great record in fantastic condition also. And sound quality wise, I've compared this, it's great. Median on this is about 200 euro, but it has sold for 700 according to Discogs. So yeah, I don't know if you got maybe you got a lock of his afro or something like that in for 700. This was a little bit a surprise to me. I thought this would be on the top 10, but it wasn't. This is Dr. Strangely Strange, Heavy Petting, their second release, in this case on the Vertigo Swirl label. And maybe if this was a UK original, it would be on my top 10. It probably would be. In this case, this is a German first press, and the median on this is like 100 euro, but it has sold for 370, I think. Fantastic folk psych record. The next one, also a Vertigo Swirl, not on the top 10. This is Crescida. Let's say they are called that. I don't know how to pronounce that. Crescida. Progressive record. This is prog on the Vertigo Swirl label. This is a Dutch first press from 1970, and the median on this is 100 euro, but it has sold for 310 euro at the most. Music-wise, this is... it's up there, let's just say that. I mean, this was also a surprise that it wasn't on the top 10. This is Ashra Temple, self-titled record on Ore. Median price on this is 180 euro, and the most it's sold for is 300. Once again, I mean, I wouldn't have these records if I didn't like them, so I'm gonna talk about them as masterpieces. But not on top 10. Leafun with from the band Tuberot, Icelandic progressive group, a little bit on the poppier side maybe. Fantastic record. As you can see, die cut cover. Very hard to find a perfect copy with the the cover. See, they might have some ringwork, but it's intact and stuff like that. And the record is in great record. The median on this is 160 euro, but it has sold for 1,000 euro. But I think you got half of Iceland, the land, and the president. Great one. Orange Bicycle. Will Malone's project on Morgan Bluetown. I think he was involved with that studio when this was recorded. Released on Parlophone 1970. Great pop, psych maybe. If you know Will Malone and his sort of venture into the psychedelic realm, you know that it's a little bit more on the poppier side. Fantastic record. So glad to score this, but not on the top 10. Median price 160, has sold for 310. The only sort of modern record you'll ever see, I think, on this list. Francis DeMute, Mars Volta, 2005 US, first press, 3 LPs, a masterpiece all the way through. I mean, and not on the top 10. I thought that this maybe would be on the top 10, but it wasn't, just right outside. Medium value is 175 euro, and it's sold for 340 at. So finally, the top 10 most valuable records in my collection, besides the jazz first one. Number 10 is a great Swedish prog record called Kattvals with the band Kvartetten som sprängde, 1973, on the famous Gump label. They didn't release many records, did they? Unfortunately, let's say that. This is the entire package. It's the Nordic sort of progressive touch and psychedelic. You have that very folky sort of prog rock. The cover artwork is, I mean, one of the best record covers I've seen. In my opinion, it's one of the greatest. The music is just fantastic, and median value of this is 210 euros, but it has sold for 300 at most. If you ever get a chance to buy this, do it. It's so damn highly recommended. I can't stress that enough. The next one is also, I mean, I've read books about psychedelic music and progressive music all my life, it seems. No, but at least the last 10 years. Watching these records that was unattainable, like really, I never thought I would own some of these records, and now I do. They stand in the collection, and I'm so, every time I see this record cover, I get like goosebumps. It's so iconic. Mighty Baby, US press on Head, 1970. Just insane. I mean, this is so damn good. Medium price is 255 euro-ish. And it has sold for 360 also. Once again, another one that I never thought I would own. Never in my life. And sure, the cover is not in the best shape because a cat went bananas on it, but I don't care. It's just a spine. Icelandic heavy psych, Svanfridur, What's Hidden There, 1972, medium value 260 maybe, and has sold for 500. I mean, when you read lists about European psychedelic records psychedelic records in the world, this is often on different lists, and all from music to the rarity to the cover artwork. It's a 10 all the way through. Yeah, once again, the cover is not in the absolute best shape, but I mean, it's the only way I could ever own this, I guess, and the record is in fantastic shape. So this is Krokodil, An Invisible World Revealed, 1971. German press of this Swiss band Krokodil. The only one I own by them. This is on United Artists. It's a fantastic heavy psych or prog album. The median price is 270 euro, and it has sold for 700 euro. I mean, I'm looking at these records. It's been a while since I really piled my most valuable records, or some of the rarest records, all in one, and I'm looking at them, but I can't really grasp that I own them. Number something. You have the somewhere here is the number. Trägräs och stenar, Swedish prog record on Decibel 1970. Just fantastic record. Boanes Perssons behemoth of a record. Trägräs och stenar, such a fantastic group. Their first release 1970. Whoa, shit. Median forgot the median value 300 euro, and it sold for 700. This one is almost a sheet. Almost, because it's labeled as jazz, but I don't really sort it in my collection as a typical jazz record. I think this is more psychedelic and proggy, and a little bit poppy actually also, but it stands in the prog, Swedish prog section. And the record I'm talking about is this is Doris, Did You Give the World Some Love Today Baby, 1970 jazz funk. But this is psychedelic, it's progressive, it's as I said, it's poppy, very radio friendly. The median on this is 300 euro. It's sold for 400. I don't know what to say. This is just also a masterpiece, and what a fantastic cover artwork on this. Great. So glad to have this Swedish gem. Okay, coming in at number 4 is Agitation Free, Malesh, on the Vertigo Swirl label. This is a German press. I don't think they pressed this in the UK. Median price is 450 euro. It has sold for 600 euro. Top 3. I think a lot of you guys know which records are on the top 3. Especially the first on top, the first place. All of you know, I guess. Maybe the second one also. It's been a while since I showed it, but yeah. So top 3, and this may be on my top 5 records of all time list, maybe. Odyssey and Oracles, first UK stereo press from 1968 on CBS Records in VG+++++ near mint minus condition. On the record, someone has scribbled on the backside, and that's the only way, or painted the backside. It's the only way I could afford this some years ago, but I'm so glad I did. Iconic record, up there with all the Beatles records and the Beach Boys and all that good stuff. But this is, in my opinion, I play this more often than Sgt. Pepper or Pet Sounds. I love this record to death, and I'm so glad to have a first UK press of this. Median is 500 euro, and it has sold for 850 euro. Okay, so place number 2, and now we get into the really expensive stuff here, and I don't know how I was able to get my hands on this, but I did. This is Life, the Swedish progressive record from 1971. It's self-titled. It's rare as hen's teeth. The Swedish version of this is super rare, but this is the English version, which I've read only pressed in 100 copies back in 1971. Few people own it. I'm one of the lucky ones, I guess. So it's only sold once. I heard it sold in stores for about the same amount, so I know that it's up there. But this went for 2,000 euros last time it sold, and I know a guy sold one for 2,100 euros maybe a year ago or something like that. So yeah, this is like Call the Insurance Company sort of record, isn't it? Okay, so if you've seen my channel, you know what I'm going to show you. On first place, this is Will Malone's self-titled record, 1970 on Fontana, first UK press, obviously. in great condition. I still can't really grasp that I own this record. It's one of my favorite records of all time. It's folk, pop, psych, acid, folk. I don't know. It's everything. I love it to death. If you haven't heard it, do yourself a favor, check it out. It's not for everyone, but I think that if you fall in love with this, it will never leave you. That's kind of what this record does to you. So, value-wise, today on Discogs, the median price of this is 3,100 euro, and the most it's sold for is 4,100 euro. But I don't know if that's really the truth, because this doesn't come up for sale every day. So it could be 2,000 euro or it could be 4,000 euro. I have no idea. It just depends on how much people are willing to really go to get a copy of this. I traded this for a lot of records. I don't regret it one single second. Yeah, number one, Will Malone. Hard to I have a hard time seeing myself getting a record that will be worth more than this anytime soon, at least. So yeah, that's it. I hope you enjoyed that. It was awesome to do it and to really revisit this kind of pile of quality, high-value records that it's not often that you pile them all together, is it? So yeah, subscribe if you haven't. If you have any questions, please write them down below. I'll answer every single comment on every single question that you write. And I'll talk to you soon in my next video. Bye.